So as promised, I'm uploading the roast beef, the full roast beef. I did a shorts on it in during the Christmas holidays, but this is the full video. Oh, my mouth is still watering. Look at it. Anyway, Happy New Year to whoever I didn't wish before. I know it's late, but it's better late than never. So that's the roast the beef before I take it out of the package. And I'm chopping up my seasoning. As I showed you before, use whatever seasoning you have if you're doing this. But the whole idea about this roast beef is to stop the seasoning inside the beef so that it, like the night before you cook it, so that it's full of seasoning and tastes good. Not like some of these raw things that I see them have on the internet. So, you chop up everything fine and chop up scallion, onion, thyme, whatever you have, whatever you use. And I mash it so that the juice can come out. With the salt and everything, the juices are coming out and it will go right all over and inside the beef. I cut off extra fat. I like my beef with some fat, but I cut off some of the fat so that, I can see the beef. And this one had a lot of fat, so I cut off a lot of it. So I measured it with a long knife, and because that's how I'm going to stuff it. So you put a hole in the beef on both ends and even further down, because sometimes you're stuffing it and it's not really getting way down because your finger can only go so far. So I'm gonna bore more hole and I stuff as much seasoning as I can into it. Right. And I stuff it and it's full of stuffing and seasoned, and I generally just wrap it in foil and put it in the fridge from the night before. You could do it even 2 days before, but I always do it the night before, and I put it in the fridge. I put it in the fridge, and the next day I was supposed to show you when I was putting it in the oven, but somehow I cannot find that video. I thought I did record it, but I cannot find the video where I took it out the fridge, put it in a plastic bag. You don't want juices draining in the fridge. So I put it in a plastic bag inside the foil. And then the next morning I took it out and I put it in the oven, the same way, wrapped in the foil, and let it cook for about an hour and a half. So now it's cooked for about an hour and a half. I'm taking off the foil and leave it in the pan. And I did add a little water because I didn't want it to dry out too much. So I added a little water to the pan before I put it back in the oven. I think it took 2.5 to 3 hours to cook. And it was cooked. I took it out. Then you run your knife through it, and I always taste. You gotta taste. I love my meat. Can you tell? I love beef. Yeah, and I slice it up, and you can see the seasoning running right throughout the meat. And we had that, but that was part of the dinner. We had chicken and other stuff, but that was part of the dinner for Christmas. And I made a gravy. With some of the whatever was left off in the pan. And I had beef broth, so I put it in the pan, in a pan on the stove. Throw the gravy what's left in there, and I put a touch of cornstarch. So you gotta thicken it up a little bit, and then I use the stick blender and mash up all the little scallion and onion that was left in because I want a smoother gravy. I didn't blend it all out, but I rough chop them. They're pretty good for gravy. I don't want a whole lot of little stuff in my gravy. Yeah, and the cornstarch thicken it a little bit. And that's what we had for dinner. Yeah, that was our dinner. So I found these new containers with its own grow light. Would you believe? I've been eyeing them, so I got them. And now you can just grow your stuff with a grow light already in the container. You don't need to have like a standing grow light. I love these. This is my next video. I'm gonna tell you about how the whole thing. I started my pepper seeds, and if you want seeds, don't forget to go to my Etsy store. I'm gonna link it under here. I'm gonna tell you about the greenhouse and all of that. But anyway, don't forget, I'm gonna put my Etsy link. And I also found a 3-in-1 seed mix. I'm gonna tell you about my greenhouse out there. It's cold out there. It was 2 degrees last night. Can you believe? In Georgia, 2 degrees. Yeah, not even New York was so cold. I'm surprised. Yeah, anyway, that's the video coming up, and I thank you all for watching and sticking with me. I have some surprises for you and some more information. Said go check out my Etsy store. I'm gonna put the link below. I got sauces, seeds, pickles, um, and all kind of stuff. Go check out my store. I even have rum cakes over there that I was selling over the Christmas holiday. I should have mentioned. Thanks for watching again. So watch to the end. Lots of little tidbits.